it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk, guys. Welcome back, and we have the PZ58 today. We're going to talk about medium tanks, which is not a subject I hit a whole bunch. Surprised I didn't switch this over. I guess I'm going to stick with the combat setup on this. I actually have a vision setup as well, but I guess on this map it doesn't matter quite as much. It's very interesting, though, that this tank does struggle a little bit in the vision setup. I mean, look how far inside the 445 spotting ring my actual spotting is. The green ring is where I can actually see to with my crew in this tank. So we are here on Himmel's something dwarf. What are we? What's Cliff? Yeah, Cliff. Himmel's Cliffdorf, and we're going to talk about medium tanks. It's an all tier 8 battle. You know, the thing about the medium tank, we'll go ahead and let this thing get going. The thing about the medium tank is it's kind of the jack of all trades. That's how it's designed in the game. So you've got tanks, medium tanks that are relatively heavy, and they can kind of fill in on the heavy roll. They hit hard. You've got smaller, stealthier tanks, maybe like a Burrosk that's passing me right there, that has pretty good camo, and if you put a vision set up on it, it can be quite good. You've got the auto loading like a Progetto that has quite a bit of burst damage. So a medium tank is going to be able to swing between the heavy, medium, and light roll. Obviously, it doesn't do any of them. Well, it does the medium roll quite fine because it is a medium. But as far as switching between the heavy and the light roll, yeah, it doesn't carry its camo while it moves, which is what the light tanks do. It's not as small. They're not typically as stealthy in general. Maybe not as fast as most light tanks, but it can swing to each one. So this game really is designed with that in mind. In terms of you're going to play the match, the map, the situation that you have. So you may find yourself in your heavy acting like a TD, or you may find yourself in your TD acting like a heavy, especially if, say, you're an assault TD or something like that. Guy gets away with a shot and I miss right there. But the medium really is designed to be able to better swing into those different kinds of roles. So you can find yourself being the light tank with a medium tank, or you can go support the heavies. Even if you're not particularly heavy yourself, you can get there. What does the medium bring to the fight? It brings mobility in general. Sometimes a good turret, kind of depends on the medium to be exact, but really the mobility and the capability to get around the map in the medium with its mobility, that's kind of the big deal right there. And the guns aren't typically going to be super hard hitting, but they're generally better than the light tank. So again, the jack of all trades. So how do you actually employ that then in the game? It's about positioning. Honestly, the medium tank is probably one of the hardest tanks to position, because you need to accurately assess what needs to be done in the game. Do I need to go do scout stuff? Do I need to go help and do heavy stuff? Do I need to maybe act more like a TD mid to late game with my mobility and my vision? What do I need to hunt down first? Where do I need to go? You know, what is the position that I need to be in? In this particular game, as you've been watching this thing go on Cliff, I'm going to take the medium up to what is essentially usually kind of a heavy brawling area up here, although a tank with good depression, and a lot of mediums tend to have that, can do a pretty good job on this ramp right here. And the nice thing about a medium, unlike a heavy, it's because it has typically better power to weight ratio and is faster, it can maneuver within the micro positions a lot better than a heavy can. Yes, a heavy can play here. You get, say, a T-32 or something with a really good turret. It's going to be more effective with its turret in terms of bouncing stuff, but in terms of getting out, taking shots, and getting back to cover, a medium is just generally going to do a better job. And that's what you want to try to do with your mediums, is figure out a good position that the medium can go to, and it requires a lot of assessment of the game. So I'm watching, while I was talking in this game, I was watching what's going on behind me here over on the east side of the map, and now in the southeast. You can see that Indian Panzer is over there. Comes around the corner, and now he's going to have shots on my back, and that's one reason why you really don't want to leave that particular part of the map open. You can see we did. I also watched that there's a Batchat 12T up on the hill. That's something to think about for later. We'll get to him in a moment. So I'm going to turn around and say, all right, I got to go figure out what's going on with this tank. And then I noticed the T69. So I'm able to come around here with my mobility, take a shot there, sneak up into this hold down spot, look for another shot on this guy. He's not paying attention, so we'll track him again. And nice little reaction here to blunt this push. Bad decision on the old T69's part right there. But look at this, we're losing 6-3. and I'm more or less the only thing holding the middle. We've got the ELC 90 kind of up there, but he's getting threatened by the Indian Panzer. So I've got to use my mobility to kind of watch what's going on in the middle. I don't want to get capped out, and right now there's only one guy on the cap. I do need to check behind me, so I've got to be mobile within this little micro position right here on the ramp. I'm trying to figure out if I can get rid of this Indian. I think he actually makes a big mistake here, because it starts to look like maybe his team is overwhelming us, but we've clawed it back a little bit, now 5-7. And I'm just sort of holding on for the moment. And then I notice the Indian Panzer is moving. If you check out on the mini map right here, you can see him now moving across. I finally notice it. And now that he's out in the open, this is going to give me an opportunity. So I'll come down here and shoot him. He zaps me. That's unfortunate. Gets hit hard. Very nice. So the TDs between the prototype and the Kari. Now we have fixed the issue behind me, and we've evened this thing back up to 7-7. I can move back in over here and start doing a little bit more of the medium thing. A couple of those shots that went back onto their TD position, I actually hit their UDES a couple times, which is nice. It's going to add to my damage a little bit right there. All right, so there's a guy cruising across. We'll take that shot of opportunity. We'll dodge back down. There are 2 artillery that we have to deal with. Next thing I really want to do, I'm not sure where this Skoda went. So I thought about swinging over there and helping the 100 and the rest of them. There goes the UDES. You can see that he's missing hit points. So I don't know where the Skoda is, and as I start to count noses, I'm going to say, all right, let's do some counter scout stuff here. Let's go up here and try to get rid of this Batchat 12T. So we're going to head up the hill. We will bail out. If the Skoda shows up, looks like he has shots, we will bail out of this. The UDES moving, let me know that the TD that was back there, that I suspected was back there, has moved. We'll knock the poor ELC down right there. And if you notice, the Batchat was making a runner. We actually get spotted right there. He comes around the corner. So he's trying to get out of here. I do need to watch out for the arty, so I'm going to try to make that a little bit more difficult for them to hit me. If they're watching, they'll see that fence go down. I'm really glad nothing came this way. We'll go over here and look real quick. I'm like, shoot. All right, well, I wanted to come up here. At least we chased them off, so swinging into a bit of the scout situation. Honestly, I don't know why I shot there, because I did notice the UDES was gone, so that was not smart. Sneak around this way. I don't know where the Progetto is. I don't know where the Skoda is. Progetto's over there. Okay, great. Or sorry, the Skoda is. We don't get a shot on him. That's unfortunate. There's the 12T. That's really good. He's dead. Some hits on this dude. We're not going to get that. Kind of hit the rocks. And then, holy cow, the Progetto swung all the way back over here. Very nice. So we're going to come over here and see if we can get a shot on him. There we go. Make a miss. There's that speed, right? Poke forward. Nice fast speed backwards. I'm going to turtle up against this building right here, the tower, because I don't want to get hit by the artillery. The team is sort of hanging back a bit. The Karis move forward. That's very helpful. Like, all right, there's that guy. And honestly, I figure I need to get rid of him. So I'm going to go ahead, hang out here for a second. I see him moving. I'm thinking he probably he wants to leave. Now that he's on the move, we'll pop out. I'm going to accept some shots from him if I can close this dude out. There we go. See if I can make a miss. Didn't. I'm probably going to eat one more shot here. That's okay. There we go. Got rid of him. Arty didn't quite kill me. That was very helpful, but I did lose 700 hit points from the Progetto, but we closed that dude out. Now we've got the Skoda over here. Prototype's moving forward. That's good. Kari helped out over on the other side. Then we're going to do some more medium stuff here. UDES is making a little move over there. I don't want to get lit by the Skoda and then nuked by the arty, so I'm going to let the prototype sort of move in there. I think that shot actually hit the Skoda right there. Full hit point AMX, didn't realize he was actually full hit points, so now he has to be dealt with. We use this position up here. His vision's not very good because I shot twice. Looks like maybe the stock turret on that thing right there. Gonna get a little rain shower coming in. Put a shot on him. I think he gets killed. There we go. The AMX 65T lost a bunch of hit points. And now we're going to have to come off this hill pretty soon. go looking for the Skoda T56. I see the Kari moving up, so we'll support him. If he lets me know where the Skoda is, I think an artillery shot or two gets rid of the AMX. We've got a little rain shower coming in, so you may hear that. There's one hit, and there's the other one. There we go. Kari goes in and takes a big hit. If he bounces, looks like he gets one shell into him. Got him. All right, very good. And then late game stuff. Get on your horse with your medium, much like you would do with a scout. Get down into the push, start looking around. I'm going to come over on this side of the map as opposed to highlighting myself on the edge of the ramp over there, just in case one of them is back on their cap. I'd like to spot them, obviously, before they spot me. So this position here at about A4 is the first place I want to look. Or if they're back in the back here somewhere, unlikely, probably over here in A1 on the corner. That is where they happen to be. I'm going to use this bush right here. This does not see everything over there. There's probably a corner there I can't quite see. Stick it just a little far forward. Don't quite see him. Kind of expecting maybe they might be moving around, but they don't. I'm waiting for the Kari to get a little closer. I would hate to get nuked and then not have him be able to get a shot in. I see a shot going into that corner, which indicates maybe one of the artillery knows that there's one back there. Might have already seen a shot come from that direction. I wasn't paying close enough attention to where the arty was coming from in the game. That's something you might want to try to do. So we're going to come up over here looking. We don't see the guy. I'm going to take a peek behind this rock. Proxy light him, hopefully surprise him. He's not there. We're going to go back here. We're going to find these guys both back in this corner. Here comes the Kari. Boom. Put a shot on him. We'll try to get around this corner. There we go. Guy dies. Both artillery went in there. That means the other one's in the corner where I couldn't see, more than likely. So once the Kari gets a little closer, we'll see if we can proxy light this dude. Sneak up. There we go. Get him proxy lit. He's in the corner. And down he goes. So 3,301 damage. 549. A little bit of acting like a heavy, using the mobility in there. A little bit of counter light tank, although he got away from me. Then using that hill up there to deal with the Progetto, using some of my hit points at that point to make sure that that guy goes away because he was exposed down there. I didn't want him to escape. Last thing you want to do is be getting shot by a Progetto who's camoed up and you can't see, especially when you're lower hit points. So the medium tank, man, jack of all trades, can swing to the heavy, can be in a pinch be a TD, can be used as a light tank. Once you do the field mods and you have two setups, you can go vision and combat or something like that, two different setups for different situations. It's one of the more versatile, if not the most versatile tank in the game, but it does require care and positioning and decision making along the way because it doesn't have the staying power of a heavy tank, right? You're down on some hit points. It doesn't hit typically as hard as a heavy tank. So while it's a great jack of all trades, it's not particularly fantastic in any of the roles in terms of being a TD or being a heavy tank or being a scout. It can do all three in a pinch though. All right guys, that's all I've got. Have a great one. We will see you.